Hola, hola. Vamos a dejar de ser payaso. Vale, pues vamos a continuar, que estamos ya a puntito de completar la historia, o eso creo. Vamos a ver vender lunas. No, vale, esto me lo saqué yo para otra cosa. Ya lo estaré yo para otra cosa. Alquimia completada. Es verdad que la dejé ayer aquí. Estupendo. Entonces se podrá guardar aquí. Bien. Guardamos tenacidad. Cuerpo se guarda. Perfecto. Y aquí que me quedaba. Vale, todo eso para guardar el jardín. Perdón. Estoy cargando todo esto. Espera. Venga. Ahí, venga. Este no. De aquí solo guardo esta. Y ahora esto. Vale, esto también voy a guardar. Esta y esta lo guardo aquí también. Esto también. Esto vamos a guardarlo aquí. Vale del caos. Bueno, pues ya no puedo hacer nada con eso. No sobres esto tampoco. Esto y esencia. Vale, voy a guardar en el otro lado. Ya absorbes esto, sobre cuándo podremos hacer algo. Porque ahora mismo nada de nada. Ay, así me cabe todo. Ay, me falta esto. Atento sufijo. A ver, aquí y aquí. A ver, eso aquí. Eso aquí. Este va por afuera. Este y ya está. No me cabe nada. No cabe más nada. Vale, pues vamos a hacer una... Vamos a donar eso al gremio. ¿Cómo vamos? Pues justamente aquí. Mi castillo. ¿Qué pasa eso que están pelotas? ¡Ay, que están pelotas! Nena. Te pequeño. Hacia Operación Bikini.
Hey, Rune Hunter. Are you interested in joining a guild?
Ya lo tengo guapa. Ala. Y esto que han quitado ahora de los niveles y demás. Bueno, pues vamos a dejarnos de tonterías y vamos al lío. Dinerito. Venga, pues venga. Vamos allá. ¿Sí? Tengo el móvil de fondo ahí con el Pokémon Go. Y seguramente lo oís.
With serpents gone, the red moon in the sky disappeared. Corpses that turned into life slaves lost their strength and started to collapse. Kristen announced the location of Saludo and the Zodiac development device to all rune hunters of the Trom via the Rune Hunter Guildmaster, Camilla. Since then, Saludo had an influx of adventurous rune hunters surging in to take on the challenge. Yet, the whispers of serpents still linger within you. Although you still do not fully understand what it could mean, you sense that your journey has not reached its end just yet.
Hay que ver. ¡Ole! En Saludo puedes jugar contenidos diferentes a los de los episodios. Las reliquias te permiten obtener efectos de daño continuado y otro prácticamente. No doy el coñazo con esto. Si lo que sí, yo lo voy a leer si me permitís un momento. Vale. La grieta del bastión es un desafío solitario que te enfrenta a poderosos monstruos. Vale. Esto algo el pillo por internet y demás. Vamos a ver. Es continuamente instantáneo. Vale, pues muy bien. Recompensa de diario. ¡Guay! Título, tengo un título nuevo, vencedor de la muerte. ¡Ole! Compendio de historias. Aquí. ¡Ole! Acto 10. Eso significa que habrá más en un futuro. Bueno. Misión secundaria, diario. Bueno. Y aquí, compendio de objetos. Esto que va a hacer otra cosa. Bueno, ahora luego esto lo guardo. Que si no, luego me olvido. Lo voy a dejar ahí. Vamos a ver. Vale, un momento. Vale. Entonces, pues, a ver, aquí qué más. Mazamundi. Saludo. Vale. Episodio 3, acto 11. What the fuck? Esta zona está inexplorada. Vale, esto será... Vale. Bueno, venga, vamos a investigar por aquí. Vamos a ver. Hola, Mincel. Hola. Mira, que qué cositas. Vale, venga, vamos a ver. Un servito de café. Bueno, espérate, a ver, antes de ir a ningún sitio, venga, habla con el jornalero Hellman.
I'm here on the order of Captain Kristen to tidy up the area. So, I have a question for you. I heard that the Chaos Dungeons are divided up within each nation. Aphras, Ordemus, and whatnot. In addition, Tria seems to be divided into Tri and Laia, the names that were used before the unification. But the Zodiac space is separate from Traub. Is there any reason why they're named like this? Despite how I look, once I'm interested, I need to find out all there is to know. Can you help me?
Si me recompensas como es debido, sí. Bueno, vosotros podréis pasar para adelante el vídeo. Pero aquí hay que esperar. ¿Cuánta gente hay allí?
So this is the rumored Chaos statue. It's a lot more impressive than I had imagined. I've been told that this statue started a war in the past. I need to learn about the circumstances behind why it happened. Anyway, I decided to take the news about this chaos statue to Trom. But is there anyone that can tell me about the sightings? Rune Hunter, as you're aware, articles with comments from trusted people increase its credibility.
Venga. Ay. Ahí, atravesando a la gente. Claro que sí.
I had heard that the rune hunters from all over Trom were flocking to this place, and it turned out to be true. What a tremendous crowd. As they say, where there are people, there's money to be made. My friend should have arrived with the stuff by now, but I don't know where they are. If you see merchants appear, can you let him know?
Venga.
If you want to know that, you have to understand that the Chaos Dungeons were built around the Zodiac. As you know from the experience with the Zodiac, it is centered around the 12 based on what I've investigated so far. Each of the Chaos Dungeons is affected by one of the 12 gods. By the way, each nation of Trom also believes in each of the 12 gods, right? As a result, each Chaos Dungeon naturally belongs to the 11 nations of Trom.
Venga. Uy. Madre mía, de punta a punta.
Oh, that's why. Finally, the question is answered. If so, the war currently taking place with rune hunters can be regarded as sort of a conflict between nations. Though the Zodiac space doesn't really exist, it's always better to have more resources. Anyway, this is great. I can focus on my work now. It bothered me so much that I couldn't concentrate.
Vale. Bueno. Venga.
A story about the chaos statue? Sure, that's not a problem, but does that mean what I say is going to be published in a magazine? Ugh, I suddenly feel a lot of pressure. What should I say? So that... Don't stare at me like that! On paper. I'll write it on paper and give it to you.
I was worried because it was my first time in Bellatus, but it's much nicer than I imagined. Well, the more people gather, the more organized the surroundings become. Ina? Ah, that reminds me, we were supposed to meet up. I was completely distracted watching the people. I must go quickly. Thanks for letting me know.
Vale, aquí pues venga.
It's been a while. I don't know if you remember me, but I've been following you ever since Advina, although it seems you had no idea.
Oh, tengo un follower.
I came to a realization when you showed up again at the Pilgrim's Cave, that there's something I must give you before it's too late.
¿El qué? ¿Un regalito?
I know you don't trust me because I'm with the Redanimo, but can you please listen to me just this once?
Vale, venga, tú me lo pides, yo te escucho.
We should continue this conversation in private. I'll be waiting for you, so follow me if you trust me.
Bueno. Venga. Esta era una proposición indecente, ¿no?
This is a private laboratory that was assigned to me by the Redanimo. Relax. The place is safe for now. Most of the other pagans became life slaves for the One's resurrection. I never believed any of that talk about eternal life, but to think it was actually possible. But now that the red moon has set, I'm sure they have all entered an eternity of slumber, including Ildrit, Anon, and everyone else who brushed past me. Until now, I've been helping the Repenters escape from the watchful eyes of the Redanimo by making up excuses about carrying out their plague experiments. And I've been using a relic to awaken those who have forgotten about the divinity. Here, I'll give you this relic. Why don't you take a look at it? If you have any questions about relics, I suggest you try talking with some of the other Repenters residing here.
Vamos a ver con el pagano mirar. Pero bueno, un poquito de compañía no me viene mal. Uy, esta gente. Uy. Está el pagano.
So, you must be the rune hunter that Leitre mentioned.
Ay, bueno, ahí debería poner mi nombre. Me imagino.
That relic you're holding is something that I brought over from Traum. It was for those who wouldn't believe in the 12 gods without definite proof of their existence. That relic was created in Traum through the consecration of the clergies. It was designed to condense the power of the 12 gods. It is said that only those who swear their lives to one of the 12 gods and practice asceticism are given the right to perform the consecration. That is why you need 12 priests to create a single relic. In other words, one relic is able to materialize the power of... Why don't you try summoning the avatar of the 12 gods with that relic? Then you'll realize too that the 12 gods...
Pulsa V o el botón reliquiar en el menú principal. Venga, V. Puedes elegir una encarnación que materializar. Encarnación de Alice durmiente, encarnación de Jalamash durmiente, encarnación de Bla durmiente. No se puede usar entender. A ver, ¿cómo le doy? Necesita puntos sagrados para materializar encarnaciones. Consigue puntos sagrados cuando la reliquia sube de nivel. Las encarnaciones materializadas ayudan en las batallas del personaje mediante habilidades pasivas y activas. Las encarnaciones consumen energía continuamente en las regiones de batalla. Las encarnaciones que hayan consumido toda la energía se retiran. Tutorial completado. ¿Qué hago? Entonces, selecciono. No sé. Castor. Yo ahora mismo creo que el que tengo equipado es Alici. Bueno, materializamos. Bueno, pues no sé, por probar. Venga, vamos a enfocar. Vale, equipar habilidad. A ver, mejor asistencia fue que... Se quiere nivel 60. Vale. Oh. Activa y activa. Esto, mejorar el daño. Requiere nivel 7. Que esto... No es suficiente nivel de encarnación para equiparla. Vale, entonces tendré que ir subiendo de nivel esto. Vale, estoy perdido. Vamos. Bueno, pues ya está. Ya hemos encarnado. Ya tenemos... Ah, mira ahí. Ay, música cojonera. A ver, esto. Venga, cositas. Compensa. Esto, venga. Aquí, venga. Ahora, aquí, fuera. Y esto, ¿qué? Belleza. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué me puedo...? Osh. Por favor. Bueno, ¿qué pasa? ¿Que puedo agenciarme aquí algún traje o algo? ¿Por qué me sale lo de belleza? Ajá. Ajá. Pues no sé. Ah, vale, ¿será esto? No. No. Vale, es que perdonadme, pero tengo aquí... Es que justamente aquí tengo la barra de grabación de pantalla. Y no la puedo mover. Me está tapando esta parte. Vale, voy a hacer una cosa. Voy a parar un momento y ahora continúo. Vale. Ahora, ya le he vuelto a dar. Ahora, ¿esto qué? Ah, obtener. Salvador, tiene una forma de que... Tiene más forma de que se vuelva el mundo. A ver, pues, obtenemos. ¿Hay alguna más que obtener? No. Pues, a ver. Esto, no sé. Consigo un terminar. ¿Terminar? Es que yo no sé sinceramente esto qué da. ¿Aporta algo? ¿No? Pues venga, vamos a usar este. Salvador. Pues venga. Y ahora esto de aquí. No es nada. Equipado. Ah, vale. Esto no sirve para nada. Mana tampoco tengo para... Bueno, pues ya está. Salimos de aquí, ¿no? Venga, hablemos con el Paganulash. Paganulash.
Leitre claims that the red moon has gone down already, but it feels strange. It's as if the revived pagans could return at any moment. You may know this already, but the concept of life began with the 12 gods, which means that the one the pagans await cannot create life. So it's actually a paradoxical claim when the people of Traum refer to those who have been blessed by the One as life slaves. Even the lives that currently exist in Bellatus were originally created by the 12 gods. It's just that they desired the eternal life that the One promised, just as I did in the past. As proof of their origin from the 12 gods, every living organism in this world carries the light of life. which is essentially the divinity from the light of life, can be condensed by offering it to a relic. And that condensed divinity will grant great power in the as divinity continues to gather within a relic. You will realize from observing the changes that occur upon the divine avatars that
Pulsa V o el botón reliquias en el menú principal. Aquí, ¿no? Venga. Al derrotar monstruos tendrás la posibilidad de obtener luz vital. La luz vital obtenida se puede usar para desarrollar reliquias o puede condensarse para obtener elementos desconocidos. No sé por qué de repente he puesto esta voz. La luz vital que se usa para desarrollar reliquias tiene un límite diario. ¡Hala! Fin del tutorial. Pues muy bien. O sea que hay que matar bichos con esto equipado. ¿No? Sí. A ver aquí. Mi diario. Pase zodiaco. No hay nada. A ver, pues vamos a... Madre mía, pagar un tiro porque me toca.
If you're a rune hunter, then you must know about the Primal War. After all, the runes you're looking for were prepared by the 12 gods for that battle. This is just a theory, but I believe their avatars that can be materialized with relics are also one of the preparations that you see. Each of the avatars were created based on the 12 gods' powers. It is known that the avatars use their but it's up to you to wield their powers during times of need. Because not even their avatars are able to use...
Vale, venga. Vamos allá. Al retirar una encarnación o usar objetos, la energía de la encarnación puede recuperarse. Al activar la recuperación automática de energía, la energía de super regeneración se consume automáticamente. Sinceramente no me estoy enterando muy bien, pero bueno. Otra vez. Uy, de verdad, qué chapa. Madre mía, llevo aquí como casi media hora para... ¿Dónde está este hombre? ¡Ah!
Do you think the 12 gods foresaw everything already? That the world will eventually have to fade? Leitre said he decided to hand you the relic after witnessing you fight back the One. And now, the door will soon open up. You must continue forth with your avatar. Hopefully this volition will become a turning point for you. One way or another. Well, it was a pleasure to have met you, Rune Hunter.
Muy bien, igualmente. ¿Y ahora qué? ¿Otra vez con Litrai? ¿Dónde está Litrai? ¡Litrai!
You'll find Saluto beyond this point. Once you leave this place, we will most likely never meet again. I ended up losing everyone dear to me because I made the wrong choice. But you are different. You fought against evil until the very end. Even if you are driven to the cliff's edge, never forget that you are a child of the 12 gods. One who did...
¡Uy, uy, 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 uy! Pues no sé, venga, vamos allá. Voy a probar. ¡Ah! Ah, vale, que saludo esta parte. Aquí. Ah. Y aquí está la puerta. Pues venga. Pues nada, ¿qué puede pasar? Pues... Parece que no puedo hacer nada. Bueno, pues venga, vamos al santuario este. ¿Por hacer algo? Y bueno, hemos servido café. Este santuario, pues vamos. ¿Me explican ustedes? Santuario. Bueno, pues ya está, me pide volver aquí. Mira, Salvis. Hola, Salvis.
Have you finished up your business here in Bellatus? I'm very concerned that Pan hasn't woken up yet. Tex indeed cast a powerful spell upon him, but he's been unconscious for so long. Could it be that something has happened to his body? Why don't we head out to Ordemus now? I can show you the way to Trom. Let's get going.
Pues venga. Pues vamos. Vamos ya.
This is the place I was referring to. The Santa Lapia Hospital. I've already told them about Pan. There should be a ward waiting for us. Get Pan to his bed first, and take care of any paperwork required for his admission. I appreciate it.
Venga, vamos para allá. Enfermera José.
Rune Hunter, as you mentioned, the patient has a strange scar on him. You said that he's been unconscious ever since he was hit by a spell? Well, since the first diagnosis has been completed, we will prepare his treatment as soon as the results are in. We will do our best to get him back on his feet. The Santa Lapia Hospital was founded in Arcrus by the Ortemis royal family, and our institution has become the most renowned hospital of Trom. Under the guidance of Count Zid, who happens to be the ruler of Arcrus, as well as the director of this hospital, we always assign a dedicated nurse to each of our patients. However, because a lot of our nurses have been dispatched to the cemetery to deal with recent issues, it will take some time before a nurse can be assigned to this patient. Please try to understand, Rune Hunter.
Vaya, pasa nada. ¿Dificultad desafiante? Pulsa M o lo toma como dificultad desafiante. Puedes elegir la dificultad desafiante a partir del episodio 3. En esta dificultad, el nivel y la cantidad de monstruos son superiores a los de dificultad normal. Además, algunos monstruos tienen patrones de ataque distintos. En dificultad desafiante, la formación de grupos está restringida. Las misiones, índice de exploración y punto de ruta activados de la dificultad desafiante son los mismos que los de la dificultad normal. También puedes reclamar las mismas recompensas por misiones, índice de exploración y punto de ruta activados que en dificultad normal. Sin embargo, los logros obtenidos en dificultad normal no se comparten con la dificultad desafiante. El índice de exploración de dificultad normal solo se compartirá cuando llegues al 100%. O sea, hay que volver a hacer lo mismo. Pero dificultad desafiante. Pues venga. Vale. ¿No? Mira, aquí está. Si cambia la dificultad de normal a reto, se cerrará la mazmorra del caos actual. ¿Quieres cambiar de dificultad? No, todavía no, ¿vale? Eso lo dejamos para más adelante. Venga.
Wait, hold on! I'd like to ask you a favor. I'm Perfumer Grass. I specialize in making incense. Say, have you seen the incenses that are burning near the hospital? That's right. Apparently they're made by the mages of Caspel. They supposedly have the power to ward off evil. I don't believe in the effects, but they do sure smell nice. I'd like to know the ingredients. Could you sneak out some of those incenses without...
Vaya tela. Oh.
Oh, I'm dying! This nuss is literally killing me! Hey, you be careful now. The nurses in this hospital are literal thugs. They beat up a perfectly healthy person to make them their patient. You're all shameless. Frauds! I hope you go out of business. Let's see how much longer you can run this cruddy...
Sorry, our leader is a bit loud, isn't he? Hey, give him a break. It's because he made a fool of himself with the nurses. We're mercs from the Mirror, looking for some new gigs. They're hiring mercs everywhere since monsters have gone wild with the Red Moon. That's when we heard about Santa Lapia Hospital having issues with dealing with the corpses. And hospitals usually mean a lot of people and a lot of money. We knew this was the gig to accept. But then things got weird when we finally arrived. The hospital declined to hire any mercenaries. Our leader literally begged on his knees, but they wouldn't budge, which eventually led to a fight. We should have just left back then. Just look at us now.
Hay que ver.
Oh, jeez! This is why I told you, leader! That all of the nurses here are actually really scary, and that we shouldn't mess with them! I mean, you were supposed to be the veteran, yet you didn't notice. Good lord, a merc who gets beat up by a nurse! They're going to be talking about us everywhere! Man, we're a complete mess! Everyone else is busy making money while we're stuck here recovering. This year is a bust. You better pay up, leader.
I'm sorry, but we're not hiring any mercenaries at the moment. If you're not here for medical attention, I would like to... Oh. You must be the guardian of the new patient who just checked in. I'm sorry, I mistook you for a mercenary because of your gear. The entire continent's been chaotic ever since the Red Moon rose. There are even mercenaries from Manera talking about it.
Una vez escuchada la historia, me recuerda a una enfermera que derrotó a los mercenarios. Tiene que preguntarle sin poner nada. Venga.
You seem to be surprised. Well, there aren't that many combatant nurses outside of Artemis. The Arcros nurses are both healers and fighters that guard the hospital. It is our duty to protect the patients no matter the situation. We cannot ignore anything that threatens life, even if we have to sometimes face off against the strange monsters that have appeared recently. In a way, Santa Lapia Hospital is a silent battleground for us. Anyway, I should go take care of those mercenaries now. They're quite the nuisance, but they're still our patients.
Vamos a ver cómo se dice.
The attending physician just came by. Pan has received temporary treatment. Although he hasn't been fully treated, I can tell that Pan's feeling a lot better now. We will have to wait until a dedicated nurse is assigned before the actual treatment can begin. But we can't just sit around when there's no telling when Pan's condition may worsen. Could you please go look at what this graveyard issue is about? If there's something we can do to help, we should do what we can to get Pan treated quicker.
Pues venga. Ay, no, fórmula de química. Vale, pues a ver. Desbloqueado. Esto aquí. Oh, es que pesado esto. Ya lo averiguaré. Pues nada, vamos a ir a Undecember. Venga. Bueno, después de todas las chapas, vamos ahora a hacer algo. Aquí. Venga, vamos a hablar con el perfumero y ya no nos vamos a la tumba de las nuevas cenizas.
Oh, you actually brought them. Thank you. Huh? There's a strange powder inside the incense. Seems like the powder is just ground crystal. But I can't figure out what they're... Oh well, I'll just have to give it a little taste. What is this horrible taste? This is like... My hand! There are crystals growing out of my hand! My wrist! My arm! The crystals are spreading! Nurse! Call a...
Por idiota.
What? Mr. Grass is having a seizure? Oh no. He must have tried to taste the incense again. Ever heard of the abyss stone? It's the ingredient used for that incense. And it shows terrible hallucinations to anyone who comes in contact with it. Creatures despise the smoke that comes from burning abyss stones. That's why we started burning that incense ever since the red moon rose. Here, give this sedative to Mr. Grass. It can damage the memory circuits if taken too often, but we don't have a choice.
Los circuitos, no sé, que nunca se va a acordar de lo que ha hecho, siempre lo repetirá la misma historia.
Who are you? This isn't my workshop. Am I at the hospital? Why am I here? I must have gotten knocked out after inhaling some toxic gas during work. Well, but this hospital... I smell a strange scent here. It's filled with a dark... It's a dangerous but tempting scent. I wonder what they used for it. Is this what it feels like to be a fly jumping in?
Bueno, venga, vamos a hacer un poquito de historia. Venga, un poquito aquí de movimiento. A ver, aquí. Vale, pues esto ya lo guardaré. Venga. Que seguro que estaréis aburriendo un rato. Tengo la sensación de que las placas con los nombres de los muertos que cuelgan los árboles me están observando. ¿Cómo corre? Madre mía, cómo corre esa gente. Es vital. Madre mía, cómo pega esta gente, ¿eh? Madre mía. Voy a tener que dedicar una sesión a subir de nivel. Sale así de repente.
I'm not sure who you are, but help me. I was cleaning the cemetery and almost ended up going into my own grave. There have been strange occurrences around Trom recently. Corpses coming back to life. I was scared to death when I first saw one of them rise. Now, I have to risk my life in order to tend to the graves. Everything's a mess right now with all the corpses limping around the area. My heart's always pounding from it, but thankfully it seems like the gods are on my side today. Could you just escort me back to the hospital? Don't worry.
Venga. Bueno.
That's the cemetery issue they've been talking about? The dead are right, I can't be certain. But it seems like Serpent's resurrection from Bellatus has even influenced Traum as well. Go and see if there are any more details you can find.
Pues venga. Bueno, vamos a revisar esto. Vamos a ir a... Fusor de estrellas, eso es nuevo. Bueno, ya iré explorando.
Need information? Join a guild.
Vale. Pues venga, a ver qué tenemos por aquí, qué tenemos por aquí, por aquí, por aquí, por aquí. Vale, bueno, pues nada, esto lo dejamos así. Bueno, pues nada, continuemos. A ver aquí, esto que... Ah, vale, sí, lo de esto. Vale. Aquí, Diverio. Vale. Ay, qué pesadilla. Bueno, esto ya lo averiguaré. Vamos a continuar un poquitín más. Vale, un momentito que están llamando al timbre. Vale, que habían llamado al timbre de la puerta. Era el vecino. A traerme una llave. Bueno, venga. Cochinadas. Bueno, tomarnos una pocioncita de esta, que va a ser un poquito más rápido. ¡Ey! Que me he dejado esto aquí. Y digo yo, ¿la reliquia esta entonces ahora no se puede usar o algo? ¿O qué pasa? Encarnación. Nivel de reliquia 0%, luz vital. Claro, porque... Esto que condensa luz vital para crear un elemento desconocido. Bueno, vamos a dejarlo así de momento, porque no tengo ni puñetera idea. Ya lo iremos averiguando. Devora cráneos.
You don't seem like a gravekeeper. What brings you here? Oh, right. You're here to welcome. It's a bit dangerous, but also interesting to see the dead walk around. I would say it's worth risking your life. When did this start? Let's see. If my memory serves me right, I think it was right after the... Me? Oh, I'm fine. Although I did almost say, since you're already here, could you help out the other gravekeepers if you run into them?
Me dejan por aquí, ¿no?
Another one of my patients passed away today. just one after another. This is the 7th time. Phoebe, Holtz, Jan, Boo, Muriel, Hosea, and Renee. Renee was very sweet. I know that death is just part of our lives, and that life itself is a gift granted to us but it's just so painful. I've already reached my limit. I don't want to face any more deaths. That sound. Do you hear that? Sounds like someone's crying. Someone's... Phoebe? Holtz? Jan? Boo? Mariel? Hosea? No. This is... Wait. What? What is that thing? Get away!
El altar de las bendiciones.
I haven't seen you around. What are you doing out here? Even the trained guards are having difficulty guarding this location. We haven't been able to transport the gravekeepers who are injured by the reanimated corpses back to the hospital. We need all the help we can get. And I'm also worried that all these corpses may end up overrunning the hospital, which is why I've been praying to Vesper every day to not let that happen. If you're strong enough to head deeper inside, could you please light up the lamps that are located around the cemetery? Those corpses seem to be attracted to light. If the lamps are lit, we'll be able to keep them inside the cemetery.
Pues venga. Encendamos los candiles. Pesada. Pues ¿qué tal es el incienso? Ay, aquí hay un por fin. Sí. Ay. Cámara funeraria, ¿eso qué pasa aquí, no? Bueno, vamos a entrar a ver qué pasa. Ya que estamos aquí. Vale, pues entonces nada, esta será la siguiente. Creo que hemos venido para nada. Vamos a centrarnos en lo que estamos. Vamos a ver aquí. Bien, ole. Mundi. Vale, pues venga. Ay. Ese tornado es una maravilla. Vamos a ser poco pacientes, que tengo poca vida. Vamos a esperar un poquito que se recargue. Vale. Aquí está. Vale, vigilante que queda. Vamos allá. ¡Oye, Puru! ¡Puru! ¡Vamos a por Puru!
Are you the one who lit up lamps? I guess that will secure the hospital for now, although I did prefer the dark. I was just cleaning up the graves when the corpses rose up all around me, which is exactly what I wanted to see. That's why I didn't finish cleaning her. I've been hiding here since yesterday, and I've observed a lot of interesting stuff. I'm sure the other gravekeepers are also raptured by the walking. Please go tell them that. It's time to go.
Ay. Tengo yo ganas de terminar ya esto. Esa queda como un pan marote. ¡Ah! Cadáveres reanimados. A ver, está muy lejos esto. Bueno, venga, vamos a hacerlo y ya. Si no mala, pues ya. Es que ya me apetece terminar la partida.
Care to listen to me for a second? I have something to tell you. Oh, it's way past our meeting time, and I haven't heard back from one of my fellows. So I went to check out the crematorium, and I saw a monster that gave me the chills just by looking at it. That must be the monster my friend Jutar wanted to check out. We both like to look at creepy things like that, but... Oh, it's a different story when you're captured by that creepy thing. It'll be terrible for Jutar to get torn apart. If you're going to take a tour around the cemetery, could you keep an eye out for Jutar's grave? He might have died and gotten buried already, right?
Lo único que tenía era salud. ¿Cómo iba a saber que moriría en el hospital? Granjero Tito. Quieto. Yo me meto en todos los fregados. Ay, vale, voy un poco lenta. Vale, continuemos. Camino la lápida, está por aquí. Lápida. Ay, ¿dónde está la lápida de esta persona? Espacio. A ver, la lápida, ¿dónde está la lápida? Por allí. Venga. ¡Ay! No llores por mí, pronto te reúnes conmigo, mercader celestial. cuántas lápidas hay. A ver, ¿dónde está la otra? Ay, se me está haciendo ya la partida un poco pesada. ¿Eso qué era? ¡Ay, qué bien! Que he subido de nivel. ¡Ay, qué alegría! Venga, corriendo, venga. Pues vamos a hacer una cosa. Vamos a publicarlo a punto. Venga, esto. Vamos a ver. Ole. Título. Río de Maná, inteligencia más 1. Sí. Vale. Aquí nada. Esto. Guay del Paraguay. Podía. Vamos a ver. ¿Cuál era el otro? Aquí. Maná. Velocidad, operación, aumento de velocidad de movimiento. Puntos de salud. Maná. De acierto. De aplazar. Regeneración de puntos de salud. Eso me interesa. Regeneración de maná. También me interesa. Maná. Puntos de salud. Maná. Puntos de salud. Venga, maná. Sí, que necesito esto aquí. Vale, y ahora nos venimos aquí. Venga. Muy bien. Así me gusta. Pues venga. Siguiente lápida. ¿Y eso que explotan así en verde? ¿Qué es esto? Ay, aquí está la otra. Nada es más fácil que la muerte, mientras que la vida todo es complicado. Erudito Zetarian. Por suerte parece que Hutar no tiene tumba, pero ¿es cosa mía o nos está tomando el pelo? Vale, entonces investiga el crematorio. Terminar ya. Vamos a ver. Al crematorio. ¿Dónde se originaron estas llamas verdes? Una energía siniestra está cerca. Aquí va a haber candela, nena. Candela de la buena. Me atrae con sus cosas verdes. Uy, ¿eso qué es? caballero el único. Termina mal, ¿no? Vete para allá. ¿Y dónde está el tornado? Anda. Mi bolsa está llena. Brazo amputado de... Espérate, pues entonces aquí me tengo que quitar cosas. Aquí me tengo que quitar cosas. Identificar... Vale. Bueno, vamos a hacer una cosa. Como tengo lo de la mascota de una semana... Y voy a estar estos días jugando. Espérate. Una cosa diario. Tu bolsa está llena. Compendio de objetos. Y aquí esto, pues venga. Vale. Sigo teniendo la bolsa llena. ¡Ey! ¡Por uno! Por uno. De todas formas, lo de las mascotas lo vamos a hacer. Total, tengo ahí lo de esos muertos de pena. A ver, esto, usar, a ver qué dice.
The reason why most grave robbers are made up of rough
Mensaje del
folks is
profanador
because they
Lewis.
consider their
La
occupation to
razón
be a
por la
way of
cual la mayor
survival
parte de los
instead of art.
profanadores son gente
Whether it be a
recia
finger
es
or an
porque
ear,
consideran
they
su
cut and
profesión
collect every
como una
little part of the
forma de
body to
supervivencia,
barely earn
no
enough to
un
get
arte.
through the day.
Ya sea
Although
un dedo
it's
o
not
una
like we're
oreja,
expecting to make a fortune out of
rebanan
this.
y recogen
I
cada
understand
pequeña parte
that there
del
are a lot
cuerpo
of grave robbers
como forma
around
de
here,
ganarse
but
el
it's
pan
still
de cada
strange
día.
to see so many
No
corpses that have
esperamos
been
hacernos
mutilated so
ricos con
badly.
esto.
Perhaps there's some
Entiendo que
other
hay
perverted
muchos profanadores
necrophiliac
por
around
esta
here.
zona,
Ugh,
pero es raro ver
creepy.
tantos cadáveres horriblemente mutilados. Quizás haya algún otro necrofílico pervertido por aquí. Qué mal rollo. Vale. ¿Hay algo más que examinar? ¿Qué tengo aquí? Madre mía. Me voy a forrar vendiéndole a este hombre. Pues, vámonos. Ay, mi plan este de aquí. De Jutar. Ay.
Such an incredible monster. I almost died out of joy. Did you see it? You saw it, right? That look and how it walks around. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. Is this all because of the strange occurrences around Trom lately? Whatever the case, I love it. I can't believe such a monster even exists. Hospital! I gotta get to the hospital quickly! I have to tell the other gravekeepers about what I just witnessed!
Da, nueva tela. Debería hablar con Salvi sobre el avistamiento de monstruos. Toma. Bueno, pues venga, yo, ¿qué quieres que diga? Yo al punto de ruta no voy. Yo lo hago ya. Ya compraré más. No, porque quiero terminar ya. Se me está haciendo un poco pesada la partida de hoy.
Let me get this straight. You're saying that the cemetery is crawling with monsters that resemble the plagued ones from Edvina?
Pues sí.
The dead may be back due to Serpent's influence, but I have no idea why they would resemble the grotesque figures of the plagued ones. Because, as you already know, the plagued ones of Edvina were actually created due to Vesper instead of serpents. Even so, Ordemis is a nation founded by those who worship Vesper. I wouldn't expect Vesper's powers to
Está llena.
Oh, thanks to your efforts, some of the nurses have safely returned to the hospital. And with that, they were able to assign a dedicated nurse to Pan as well. I'm very glad.
Uy.
You must be...
Hello there, Rune Hunter. My name is Iselin. I'm the one in charge of managing the nurses here in St. Lapia Hospital. Rune Hunter, I would like to have a private conversation with you outside. Is that okay with you?
Detallitos en verde. Qué casualidad. Sí, aquí veo que todo es como muy verde.
I must have startled you with my abrupt request. I was told that the nurses were able to return to the hospital thanks to your help. We all appreciate it, but it's dangerous out there. Please don't put your own life at risk. By the way, I do have something I wanted to ask you about. What is your relationship with that old man inside the ward? I hope you didn't purposefully bring him out here having knowledge of his true identity. This is Arcris, and he is not welcomed here.
¿Cómo sabía yo que ese... ¿Pero el anciano se refiere a Salvis o a Pan?
If you don't have any special reasons for him to be here, you should do something about him. I'm afraid that his presence may stir up some bad rumors. Oh, and I'm not sure if you've heard, but your friend now has a dedicated nurse assigned to him. Why don't you introduce yourself to her first if you're not too busy?
¿Me dices que Pan es el anciano del que habla?
Hello. You're the one from the graveyard, aren't you? I'm so happy to see you again. The other gravekeepers managed to make it out safely thanks to you. Miss Iselin, the person you were just talking to, is one of the 5 nobles of Arcris. Together with Count Zid, she actively participates in taking care of the hospital. Miss Iselin asked you to get rid of your old friend inside the ward? It's not like her to talk bad about someone like that. Perhaps there's been a misunderstanding? Although, I've never seen her look so angry before. It's almost as if she's seen Salvis or something.
Como si hubiera visto a Salvis o algo así, pues la tenía delante. Entonces se refiere a Salvis.
What? Your old friend's name is Salvis? Aw, come on, Rune Hunter. Stop messing with me. You can't be serious.
Pues no estoy bromeando.
Salvis was the one who destroyed Ordemis by siding with Triad during the Zodiac War, which began here in Arcris. But that was 200 years ago.
200 años? ¿Qué me estás contando?
That name isn't very common. If you're telling the truth, it's quite the coincidence. But some people may get the wrong idea from it. Perhaps he should use an alias? By the way, I'm worried about the others who are still at the graveyard. Rune Hunter, I'll take care of the patient from now on. Could you go check on them?
Ir al crematorio quemado. Bueno, pues ya iremos. Sí que lo vamos a dejar aquí. Además tengo que apañar la bolsa y así otras cositas más. Pues bueno, a ver si hay... A ver, venga.
The reason why most grave robbers are made up of rough folks is because they consider their occupation to be a way of survival instead of art.
Espera. Otra vez. Que ya lo apañaré. Pues... sí. Lo vamos a dejar aquí. Se ha hecho la apartada un poquito... Ha sido larga y a mí se me ha hecho larga. Así que nada, chiques, pues los vamos a dejar. Ya hablaré con el todo lo que hay aquí. Bueno, pues nada. Seguimos el próximo día. Que tengáis una buena jornada y que vaya todo bien. Hasta luego.